just lost it. So I don't know if it went live or not, but God loves you, Christ loves you, and I love you as well. Welcome back to the Taking Home podcast. So as I was talking about Wrestlepalooza, I was talking about the Undertaker coming out and doing a small promo with Stephanie McMahon, because Stephanie didn't know what was going on. Undertaker got in the crowd, said he's never been on this side of the barricade before. Then he told Stephanie, basically that she's going to be, what's going on, Raphael? Basically, she's going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame for the first one in 2026. So you could tell she was happy, you could tell she was shocked, and you could tell she was just overcome with emotions being in the Hall of Fame. Undertaker and Stephanie have a great relationship, a crazy relationship, because he sacrificed her one time and put her on the cross, was trying to marry her at one point. Hey man, I don't know what up with these wrestlers just trying to marry her. Test tried to marry her, Triple H married her, and then, even before that, Undertaker tried to sacrifice to marry her. I don't know what's going on with that. Stephanie definitely should have been in the Hall of Fame, and I do think that the McMahon family chickens are coming to roost when it comes to the Hall of Fame inductions. Triple H was inducted, was it this year or last year? Was it last year? Not when he was inducted, but I do remember one of the things that people talked about was that his speech was over an hour, an hour and 30 minutes long. And it's just when you run a company, you can definitely do that. I don't even think that because they are going to induct Vince, that Vince's speech is going to be as long as Triple H's. So, you can say last year, okay. You can say that that's something of Triple H's ego. You could, I don't know. But yeah, speaking for an hour and 30 and it's not church, it's diabolical work. Very diabolical. So I do think eventually the McMahon family will be inducted. Yeah, you got to get up, get the morning to catch another. Yes, sir. What up to you? Shout out to you, Arshawn and Chris, for drinking. But yeah, I do think eventually you'll probably have Shane and Vince and stuff like that. Who knows? Vince may be the headline. Who knows? I know a lot of people feel a certain way, obviously, about Vince and his nasty stuff. But at the same time, are we shocked at this point? Are we shocked? But as far as Stephanie has never really been in any controversy or anything like that, besides obviously nepotism and also stuff with Triple H's title run. But she really hasn't been in nothing. I mean, even when Vince was supposed to come back, she tried to quit. She almost left the company because she didn't want to be affiliated with it. You know what I'm saying? So Stephanie does her own thing. Finally, I think it's crazy, Michelle McCool got inducted a year before Stephanie McMahon did. And that's crazy. I think Mickie James should have definitely been in before Michelle McCool. But this is things that why people don't really take the Hall of Fame seriously. Kamala is inducted into the Hall of Fame, but it's not a they didn't induct him by himself. It was some kind of group thing. And that's one thing, I know this is random, that's one thing I don't like about Hall of Fames eventually, is that they have, there's wings. Now I can understand a celebrity wing, right? Because they're not wrestlers or whatever, but then you have these legacy and this moments and stuff. Kamala should be in a Hall of Fame by himself. When you think of villains back in the day, guys who went over and faced Hogan and faced even Andre the Giant and faced Ultimate Warrior and stuff like that and all of that, you think Kamala was there. Kamala literally was there going through a whole bunch of stuff. So the fact that he is inducted just with a group of people, I just think it's just crazy to me. So no, I'm definitely not mad at Stephanie. Should I call the police? Because oh my gosh, shout out to Nora. But still, I am happy. I do think that she deserves it. I do think that she is definitely team WWE, just like I'm team C3. But still, going into the match of Becky and Seth versus AJ and CM Punk, somebody said this on their podcast, and I actually agree. Seth and Becky, the way they showed up, how they came down, that was perfect. I think that if this was supposed to be a big show that people are supposed to like, because Triple H was like, history, you don't want to miss this, surprise this, surprise that. They was doing this kind of stuff. And I was like, okay, so now the fourth match is where we see pomp and circumstance. I don't think we had any more besides John Cena coming out with the kids. And that was just a soft moment. But that's what it's supposed to be. Everybody else, for the most part, came out with their pyros. Pyros used to be so special. But now pyros is just on basically everybody's thing. I don't care about no pyros, man. I said pyros, not pyros, not hungry, but still. But I thought that was good. The matching gear was okay and all of that stuff. I liked it. I thought their entrance was dope for the most part. They gave Superstar the classic beauty. Stop it, Arshawn. But still, I thought that was good. CM Punk comes out first. He has a jacket that says AJ's husband, because, you know, he said that like about a week ago. I get it, you know, supporting women and blah, 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 blah. But of course, like, that's not like a women's statement. You are AJ's husband. Like, they must be doing the most for no reason. All right, I get it. I get what you're saying. I get what you're doing and blah, 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 blah. But AJ's husband, oh my gosh. Give it up for the ladies. Regardless, you're still a husband, bro. I get it, but still. AJ comes out and then she does the skip and stuff like that. And, you know, the way they did this match, I'm going to sit here and just be honest with you guys. That match was too long. Listen, I love the less is more format that WWE has been doing for the most part, but the timing has been very good. The timing was way off on this. This was too long. Why was this match so long? This is the ESPN, WWE ESPN first live event pay-per-view, because it wasn't premium. And why was this match? This match did not have to be so long. It didn't. They low-key could have had 6 matches. Y'all could have gave LA Knight a match. Y'all seriously could have gave LA Knight a match. Y'all playing with LA Knight. Y'all are playing with LA Knight, man. Y'all are playing with that man. But still, the match action was solid for the most part. For the most part, it was solid action. A couple takeaways was like, you know, AJ, she tried to do like fury punches and stuff and slaps, and it looked bad. And it was just like, oh my gosh, what is going on here? I did like how they teased AJ coming in, like she would tag in, and then Becky would like push her or something and then run, or push her husband and then run and then tag Seth. I did like that dynamic. I did like that they were doing unison moves together, then they were taking each other's moves. I did like that. I like that kind of stuff. I think that Seth and Becky, I do think that they were pretty good. I think that Punk is always good for the most part. AJ Lee, like I said, they kept teasing it. They beat up CM Punk. And then eventually, you know, CM Punk kept like reaching out for his wife to tag her and stuff. And, you know, it was fun for the most part. I thought it was even funny when like Becky, she single leg took down CM Punk and then gave him like a sharpshooter. I hated it. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't like that. I ain't like that. Matches should be 10 to 15 unless they're story. Right, because to me, it was fun. I'm sorry, y'all. The way I look at matches not only as a fan, but as a wrestler. And I'm not sitting here saying I'm the best wrestler or I have the best mind for it, but I feel like I have a great mind for wrestling and certain things. That match didn't have to be that long. The Visions match didn't even have to be that long. These matches did not have to be that long. Women's wrestling is great. It's thriving. It's doing great and everything like that. But that does not mean that every match has to be over 20-something minutes. I understand this was AJ Lee's return to a wrestling ring after 10 years. I understand things like that. And, you know, you guys want her to come back because people bought tickets to see AJ Lee come back. As far as her moves, it was good for the most part. You know, she got this. You still got it, chant. It was a couple little slippy blippies. But, you know, those kind of things happen. You know, most people are going to give her grace because they like AJ Lee. Now, there are some wrestlers who have come back and had some slippy blippies too. And y'all's like, why did y'all even come back? But that shows the hypocriticism. I don't know if that's even a word, but we're going to run with it. Y'all going to let me get away with a word. Still, that just happens. Like I said, AJ coming back, it wasn't that I was excited. It wasn't that I was happy. It was just like, I just wish her the best. You know what I'm saying? They made it. She signed a contract and stuff. And some people like it. They're like, hey, that's good. You know, she's the reason why I started watching wrestling. Character. And then some people is just like, oh, well, you said you was hurt and you said you wasn't coming back. Hey, man, you never say never in life. Never say never. But still, for the most part, the match was good. The end came where AJ, she hit the, what do they call it, the Black Widow? It's an octopus stretch, I believe, but she put that on Becky, and it's so weird. That move is so weird to me because it's like, I think the move would look more devastating like if the wrestler like took a knee eventually from like the pain or something, but to just stand up and just tap like that, like, and it's not Becky, it's not Becky per se, it's just how some people take the move. Like, to me, presentation is very, very good. So it's like, if this person is putting this move on me, and maybe I should be trying to fight it or something like that, because let's be honest about the octopus stretch or whatever the move is. Let's be honest about it. Why don't I just fall backwards? Like, why don't I just fall backwards? Like, maybe if they took a knee, maybe if they fell forward or something. I know I'm not tripping. Maybe if that, like to me, just standing up and basically looking like, I ain't gonna do it because I'm driving, just looking like that, and then tapping out, most likely touching her thigh or her butt, and then just like when she lands on her feet or whatever, you just fall backwards. Like, it's weird. It's definitely weird. Like, why don't I just fall back? Like, you are literally just on my back. Like, why don't I just pass out and fall back? Like I said, solid match. AJ, obviously, I do think that the more she wrestles, I think she's going to get more into it and stuff like that. There was a couple spots that was, people was like scary, and I looked at it, I was like, it wasn't scary. You talking about when Becky pushed AJ into CM Punk, when CM Punk was about to give Seth the GTS? That wasn't that scary. I know even like WWE, they like to scare people, like, oh, neck injury, oh, hurt this, oh, hurt that. Because even then, like, after that happened, as soon as Becky threw in the ring, she tapped Becky out with the octopus stretch move. So it's just like, why I even hype it up like that? And it was like, oh, look, CM Punk is checking on his wife. Of course he's checking on his wife's wife. First of all, that's his wife. Secondly, this is a match coming back. But still, like, I think the crowd loved it. I think the crowd went home happy to see AJ Lee. Like I said, I wasn't a big fan of AJ and Punk winning. I always think, like, championship stuff. Champions is very, very important in how you treat your champion. So you mean to tell me that the heavyweight champion and the Intercontinental champion, they lost to these two people? Now, I do think Punk and Rollins is probably going to feud all the way up to WrestleMania, but we'll see what happens with AJ and Becky. You get what I'm saying? How many warrants you got, cuzzy? I have no warrants, Raheem. Shout out to you. Make sure you subscribe. What up? What up, Usman? I think. Yeah, she hasn't been there 10 years. So, like I said, this was the second match that I felt like was just too long. I felt the match was too long. I felt the match should have been shorter than what it was. Like, honestly, I do think that, shout out to you, UB Stun 90. I do think that I do think this match could have been a lot shorter. I think y'all could have squeezed in 6 matches. Y'all could have put in LA Knight. LA Knight, I'm using him because the crowd liked him, and they still liked him and stuff, and y'all put him in a freaking special guest referee situation. Y'all could have did something else. Like, y'all didn't have like a lot of legends showing up. Like, y'all sitting here talking about, oh wow, y'all was bringing all these people in and stuff. You thought you were gonna have a lot of stuff. It wasn't even a lot of people, but still, I don't know. I should be able to watch the main event, and then we will talk about it on the way home. But I am at work, so I want to make sure I'm there on time. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. It's just Chris Classic. Let's take it home. Yeah, LA Knight is definitely one of them ones.